Before we get started on today's video, talking about my 7 favorite heroes, I wanted to let you all know, Hero Wars Alliance players, I am giving away 5,000 holiday coins to 5 lucky winners. The drawing is going to be later on this weekend. There is a blog post in the description with the full rules and policies and everything. How to enter is you comment on this video right here with your account ID. Names will be drawn at random, and I will have the community manager send you 5,000 of the currency. So we got to be real quick about it. You got to be available. You got to collect it, and that way you can spend it before the event ends. Now let's get into the video.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in today's video, I want to talk about my 7 favorite heroes. This is the 7th anniversary of Hero Wars Alliance. Happy birthday, Hero Wars Mobile, by the way. And I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about the 7 heroes that got me to play this game. The 7 heroes that lodged in my heart, the ones that I fell in love with, and those have changed over time, but I want to talk about the original ones where I can. And there just so happens to be 7 classes in this game: tank, healer, mage, warrior, etc. So this is going to be very easy for us to segregate. There is a couple of instances that I like multiple of the same class, but that's okay. This is a fun video. It's not to be very educational, but I figured a lot of you might be interested to see, you know, my favorite heroes. Little note here, little caveat: just because they're my favorite does not mean they're good. And if you add these 7 heroes together and pick 5 of them and choose them to make a team, that doesn't mean that it's a good team, all right? I'm going to get, inevitably, I'm going to get comments that's going to say something like, yeah, well, I use this line and your team just loses automatically. I get those in every single video. This isn't a team-based video, so I apologize. Let's start off with the tanks, and the hero that stuck out to me the most in the very beginning, more than every single hero in this entire game, was Astaroth. Astaroth, the aesthetics, the look. As a matter of fact, this skin in particular is the one that really jumped out at me, but later on, I started to fall more in love with the barbarian skin, the red with the grayish. I really dug that, but my favorite skin for him is actually the cybernetic skin. I think this is one of the best skins in the game. Is Astaroth one of the better tanks? I mean, he has the potential to be. I think he's going to get a rework sooner or later, but this hero, above all other heroes, is one of the heroes that really stuck with me. And I want to talk about the second hero, and that is the healer, and that is Dorito. I like to call him Dorito, but his name is Dorian. Dorian is one of the better healers in the game, and he's a support. Oh no. Whoops. He's not a healer. Okay, so Dorian is one. He's going to take the place of the healer spot. Dorian, I just loved the look of him. I loved his skins. In particular, I loved his champion skin, wherever it is. There we go. In particular, I loved his champion skin. I looked at him and the character in the hero select screen, and I remember the first week and thinking, man, how do I get Dorian soulstones? How do I get access to this guy? Remember, at the time there wasn't a way to get him. Now you can get him from the town shop by spending coins, and you could only get him from the heroic chest at the time. So I spent a ton of emeralds trying to get Dorian out of the heroic chest. Yeah. Well, okay, let's talk about supports then. You know what, that's fine. He can count as the support, because looking through the healers, I'll tell you, I really fell in love with Marcus in the very beginning, and I know Marcus is a healer. Yeah, so the whole paladin, holy warrior kind of aesthetic is it's the type of class that I get in just about every single RPG that I play. Anytime, like whenever I played World of Warcraft, I played a paladin. In a lot of RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, and basically like every Skyrim-ish game that there is, I always played some kind of heavy plate wearing, healing, heavy mace, heavy hammer kind of guy. And Marcus fit that role in looks only. You know, he's got a lot of great healing. He doesn't really use his big hammer that much. But I like Marcus a lot. Very early on, I fell in love with them. In fact, I built the Luther-Marcus combo. That used to be an awesome combo forever ago. For a little while before I realized that just wasn't that good. And Luther's still pretty good. Luther Marcus is still okay, but, you know, it's just not that great. Whenever it comes to healers, though, there are definitely some better healers. I just kind of fell in love with the look of Marcus. So sticking with the off-damage dealers, let's take a look at the control heroes. There is a lot of control heroes that I really like. My favorite skin from the very beginning, from day one, my favorite skin was Darkstar's Nordic skin. This is my favorite skin. I don't know what it is about this skin. This was my favorite look of all of the heroes in the game, but I never really liked Darkstar as a character that much. I think that she's very cool, and I think that she's super powerful in the right teams. And if I had the opportunity, I would definitely level up Darkstar a little bit more. But I just wanted to mention that this was one of my favorite skins. I think as far as control heroes that edge her out, I really think that from a very early on, I liked waifu. Lian here is, I don't know, there's just something about her, you know, call me what you will about, you know, the anime cat ears and tail and you know, the interesting skins that she's got. I've always loved the idea of heavy control and charm and all of that. Of course, we know that, you know, there are a bunch of other heroes that does great as well, Arachne, for example, but this character, I really like Lian. I wish that she was better. I really like Lian a lot. I like her skills. I like the look of her. I like the way that she interacts with other heroes. I like Lian a lot. She's my favorite control hero. Now, transitioning over to the damage dealers, we'll start with Mage. Whenever I started playing Hero Wars, Satori had just come out. And Satori's got a lot of the same aesthetic that Lian had. And I guess I was in a phase. That is probably why I liked Satori so much. I really dug the cybernetic skin once it eventually did come out. But I'll tell you, one of my other favorite skins in the game, this isn't necessarily, you know, one of my favorite heroes, but Faceless's solar skin, in my opinion, is one of the best looking skins in the game. I love this skin. Doesn't really make him one of my favorite heroes. I know that he's very versatile and he's very good. He's one of the better heroes to have, especially in the Jorgen Faceless line, but he wasn't one of my favorites. Another really big favorite that's come about recently is Heidi. I have always really liked the idea of Heidi, this, you know, this dodgy monkey kind of hero. The rework, the look that he has now, kind of this jungle assassin look, I love the aesthetic of Heidi right now. What didn't used to be is this cool, but yeah, so I would say probably Satori and then Heidi, but the hero that really got me hooked, the Mage hero that really got me hooked on Hero Wars and got me thinking about and dreaming about what kind of team I could build was definitely Satori, wherever you are, and the Foxfire marks, and yeah, I was real big on Satori. And it was another one of those heroes that's like, how do you get? And back then, the only way to get Satori Soulstones was the heroic chest. He was one of 4 heroes that you can only get out of the heroic chest. You couldn't get him anywhere else. So I'm glad to see that's changed up a little bit. Now, as far as Marksman, a lot of people don't know this, but Ginger was my first team that I ever built was an Astaroth, Ginger, etc. team. I really liked Ginger in the very beginning. I think that there are definitely some better marksmen now. I really liked the red hair. I've always been you know, a fan of the red hair. The skins are cool. The big Gatling gun. The fact that she built it all herself. The steampunk, you know, vibes. I was really big on Ginger for a long time. Matter of fact, she was the main team that I built very early, and the team that I was using until I started researching the game. And whenever I decided to learn how to play Hero Wars and be a Hero Wars enthusiast and do videos about Hero Wars, I was using and leveling up Ginger. But you know, it wasn't long before I settled on my favorite hero of all, and that is the one that I saved for last, the Warrior class. And you notice that I don't level him up on this account at all, intentionally, and that is Karkh, the 4th Outland boss, the negator of all creation. Something about Karkh and the way that he could kill 3 enemies at once and then immediately ult again. Something about it, man, I just love it. The skins, I've never been too huge on the skins, but my favorite by far is the Dark Depths skin. I'm a huge fan of the pirate look. I also like the celestial colorway, the white with the red and the black and gold, and the masquerade skin is just funny. I've just been using this one a lot. But Karkh is my favorite hero, and he's not the hero that got me to start playing the game, but he is the hero that kept me playing the game for the longest out of all of the other heroes that are in here. So if you found this video entertaining or interesting at all, please consider leaving it a like. I know that it didn't have much as far as education or anything like that, but that's okay. Not every video has to be teaching you how to do something. Everyone, please do what you can to enjoy this 7th anniversary event. Remember, if you are getting caught up on the Archdemon fights and you're losing your tokens, just reset the game. The tokens come back if you get the battle processing error. And check out the video that's on screen now. It's the day 1 one best Archdemon team, and as the days progress, I will change that video to be a playlist of all of the best Archdemon fights for this week as we finish out the Archdemon celebrate, or the Hero Wars Alliance 7th anniversary week. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.